What's going on? I am Jason, historically marked here. Today is December 29th of 2025. I can't believe there are 2 more days left. Well, 2.5, because I'm doing this in the afternoon. And this is just me being a talking head in this episode. I'm not really anywhere special, except where I live. But I just thought I'd use this video to give you guys a little update on what's coming to the channel. For 2026, gonna be plenty of exciting times up ahead, I tell you. But before I do that, I thought I'd pay tribute to a very prominent YouTuber who passed among us December 22nd, almost a week ago. I can't believe that already. Adam the Woo. His name was David Adam Williams, but of course we all knew him best as Adam the Woo. He was a very adventurous guy. He had at least 2 YouTube channels. He had thousands of followers. Every day he shared his adventures with us. A lot of it was roadside attractions, Disney this and Disney that, and he covered pretty much the whole entire United States, covering all 50 states. And he was just recently in Europe. I don't know if it was the first time he was there or not, but anywho, it was definitely a very sad day. I remember getting a text from my brother-in-law that night, and for some reason it wasn't even in any of my feeds. Like, it wasn't in any of my news feeds. I was actually watching YouTube, which is something I usually do before I go to bed at night. Just kind of catch up on the channels I follow, be it travel, news, or entertainment and whatnot. But I was just like, oh my God. At first I thought it was a hoax, but apparently, it was for real. And yes, I definitely feel for his family. Especially his sister, who posted social media posts that, it was definitely very hard for her, to say the least. But not just that, but Adam the Woo also had a lot of I don't want to say a small social circle, but he did collaborate with a lot of other similar YouTubers. Too many to name: the Carpetbagger, Days with Jordan the Lion, and that one blonde girl. Well, I can't think of her. Her name escapes me at the moment, but it's definitely sad. Now, personally, it's not that I wasn't a fan. I just didn't really follow his adventures that much. I have watched probably a dozen of his videos, and I have watched a little bit more since his death. And to be honest, it was kind of strange even watching somebody, because we all think he's still with us. We live in an age where I'm not saying social media has become a thing of the past, but more people are going back to leaving their lives private. But then there's people who want to post everything they know or want on the internet, be it Facebook, YouTube, or on Instagram. But Adam he seemed like an open book. Now for some people, he was kind of self-centered. Maybe that's how he came off to some people. There was one guy, there was one channel that analyzed his episodes, and he thought that everything was about him and everything. But the night that I found out he passed, the same channel said, "Hey, it was all satire. I think Adam pretty much got the joke and everything." So I'm sure that he did. But more importantly, he did leave behind a great legacy. He was not the first vlogger, okay? So YouTube was founded 20 years ago, and that opened up a world of opportunities for those who wanted to try some new hobby and, broadcast themselves. That was YouTube's old tagline. And a lot of vloggers... First off, let me explain what a vlogger is, because my parents didn't know what a vlogger was. It's short for video blogger or video logger. Basically, you're doing a journal or posting your thoughts on video while you're filming. I don't really know the best way of doing it, of explaining it. Adam the Woo was not the first vlogger. He actually burst onto the scene in 2009. But he wasn't overnight by any means. It took him many years to build himself a great following, and a lot of people that I looked up to him, meaning YouTubers. And I'm sure, it was definitely not an easy day for all the people that knew him. And of course, I'm still in shock. I'm still trying to process this, because, now that when we watch his videos, we gotta keep telling ourselves he's no longer with us. But his death is also a reminder, a friendly reminder that life is just way too short. He was 51. 51. I don't know what the cause of his death was. I don't really think it matters up to this point because, when you die in your sleep, which is supposedly what happened, I mean, he probably went the best way possible. I don't know that. But he was not the first vlogger. He probably was the first to make it cool for others to be themselves. I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due. So, Adam the Woo, thank you for sharing your world with us. Toast. Cheers. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share a little something. I did go on 2 trips back in, I went on back in the fall. Like late September, I went to central Kentucky. I also went to southern Indiana and parts of southern Illinois. Some of the episodes I already put on here on YouTube, but I went to Mammoth Cave. That was definitely the highlight of my trip. I went into the Great Caves. That was definitely fun. Hopefully there'll be showable because I did a lot of video inside the actual cave where it was pitch black. But it was cool doing one in a national park. It was right before the whole government shutdown, just a couple days before, as a matter of fact. I also went to 2 Abraham Lincoln sites. One was his birthplace, and then the other was his boyhood home in Indiana. So, yeah, definitely lots to cover. I'm going to have an Abraham Lincoln themed month, or at least I'm going to try to, because I actually filmed a few episodes in towns in Illinois where Abraham Lincoln made a difference. Because remember, Abraham Lincoln was a traveling lawyer in Illinois before he became the 16th president of the United States. So anybody who's into Abraham Lincoln, hey, you're in for a real treat. But next month, as in January of 2026, I'm mostly going to be focusing on historical valued towns. Like small towns, towns with a lot of character. Like I did one on historic Santa Claus, Indiana, because, yeah, it was Christmas. But I'm also doing small towns. One of them is going to be a true crime one, a subject that I don't really touch as much. And I got enough video to get, to broadcast till April. I may even do a few local ones like here in the metro area or St. Louis, the Illinois side as well. So who knows? And then 2 months ago, I asked my subscribers and those who follow this channel through the whole community posts and everything, so which historic road should I travel next? Well, those who have followed the channel, I've done Route 66 and the Historical National Road. And so I gave a choice of 3, and then if you wanted to fill in the blank, you could. I put on there the Lincoln Highway, the Jefferson Highway, and the Pacific Coast Highway. And I'm going to be honest, I was very shocked that it was a very close vote. 36 votes were cast, but then I checked it today to see if anybody had voted, and it was at 35 votes, so somebody must have canceled their own vote or something. But anyway, the top 2 vote getters by a tie was Jefferson Highway and the Pacific Coast Highway. I mean, I just couldn't get over that. I'm like, wow. Now, the Jefferson Highway hasn't really been covered very much on YouTube. I don't think if I were to choose that, I don't think I'd be the first to, travel the whole highway and document it on video, but I'd like to be. But unfortunately, I'm leaning towards the Pacific Coast Highway just because, a couple people who were out, I actually asked my followers on Blue Sky if, what would be best, and a couple people said definitely do the Pacific Coast Highway, so that kind of outdid the others. So, goes without saying, I'm already looking into the Pacific Coast Highway. I have not booked anything like any planes, rental cars, or even hotels. What I'm planning on doing is do it in 2 different trips next year in 2026. I've been doing a lot of research. I still don't really know what's the best way to do it, like go north to south or south to north, but from what I understand, the best place to start is at Dana Point, which is right next door to Long Beach, California. So in other words, I'm pretty much starting at the south end and then working my way up north up the coast. And then I don't really know where I'm going to stop, but I do know there is a section of it closed that's about, I want to say, 20 miles south of Monterey, California, because I don't know how long that section has been broken or anything, but I know it's because of, mudslides and all that. So I may just stop there and, turn around. But I've been doing a lot of research on a lot of the towns and cities and coastal areas in California. I definitely can't wait. I've watched a lot of videos. I've even read a lot of articles online about, where the cool spots to, go. Like the Hearst Castle. There's going to be lots of beaches, lighthouses, shipwrecks, a lot of chowder to munch on. I can't wait for all that, but definitely, I mean, of course, those who know me, they know I love California culture, so it'll be great to go back to Cali like LL Cool J did. And the reason I'm doing 2 trips is, even though the PCH is 600 some miles long, I'm going to kind of split it in half because there's obviously lots of stuff to see. If you guys have any ideas on what to see on the PCH, hey, by all means, let me know in the comments or private message me or whatever. Because, yeah, I really don't want... I want to make this one a special one and get it all documented here so viewers can view it several months from now here on Historically Marked. And as far as the Jefferson Highway, maybe I'll do that next year, like in 2027. I don't know. I mean, that one would definitely require me to get a passport because it starts... The north end is in Winnipeg, Canada. And I've never even traveled outside the country. I don't even have a passport. Yes, I know, I'm a little behind. But I definitely want to do both of those roads. So PCH it is. I've made up my mind. Thank you all for voting. The Lincoln Highway was another one I also want to do. The Lincoln Highway is much, much longer because it is an east and west route. Some YouTubers have covered their adventures on the Lincoln Highway. So, I mean, I definitely want to do my own version of it as well. See how that goes, maybe sometime in the future. But yeah, PCH, again, I can't wait to do it. So, but of course, it's not going to be cheap. And the PCH, it is beautiful. It's very scenic from what I've seen. I can't wait to see it with my 2 eyes, all the beaches and the salty air, but it definitely has its curses. There's a lot of windy roads. Did I mention it? It's expensive. But there's also, of course, California has its share of natural disasters as well. Yeah, but either way, I think it's going to be fun. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I hope to go to Colorado this year. Not Denver, but the western part of Colorado. I have a relative that lives out there who I haven't visited in years, and I've been wanting to go out there, but I just kind of kept kicking the can down the road. So, yeah, you may find me in Colorado. I don't know. And I'm also going to be kind of making some changes to the channel. Not the format, but I'm going to be deleting some of my earlier videos, like the ones that I put out like 4 or 5 years ago. A lot of my videos have gained a lot of views in the last year or two. Some of my older ones. And again, there's some that just kind of sat still. Nobody wanted to watch them. That's fine, whatever. But those that haven't even reached 100 or 200 views, I'm probably going to delete them. Not delete them, but set them to private. I may even go as far as remaking them. I mean, a lot of them were St. Louis area ones anyway. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm just kind of, I don't know. I've done over 600 full-length videos, but then it's like, well, I kind of want to weed off the ones that, have kind of fallen by the wayside, if you know what I mean. And I'm right now I'm still trying to figure out this channel, or what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, what works, what doesn't. I've had some great advice from fellow YouTubers, some who have much more subscribers than I do and much more views. And speaking of which, 2026, I mean, I've been watching a lot of creator creator mentor channels, like those who want to help people create bigger channels. I know it's kind of breaking a rule, but anywho, I want to say, 2026, they always say it's going to be a challenge for small-time and big-time YouTubers. Like, subscriber counts are not going to matter anymore. Stop chasing subscribers. Well, I'm not. I mean, I definitely want people to watch and everything and follow what I do. But there's going to be a lot of changes on the algorithm. To this day, I'm still trying to figure out what the algorithm is. So I'm also going to have a new avatar. No, not the movie, but I am going to have a new logo. Mine was, I always thought was kind of weak. I just kind of drew something up at the beginning of this channel in 2020. But I'm definitely going to have some, I'm going to think of a new avatar that would definitely identify with this channel. So if there's anything you want to see on this channel, let me know. I'm just kind of giving you guys an update, just, me to camera. Hope you guys have a great 2026. I hope your 2025 was great. I know it was a year for most people because it was very challenging. Some of you lost your jobs. Some of you had, kind of had health challenges. I don't know. Some people lost probably a close person, or maybe it was boring. I don't know. But, you just gotta live life, one day at a time, make every day count. I don't really know much else to say. Alright, I am Jason, Historically Marked, coming to you live. Alright, peace and out.